No, tomorrow is.
Bill Hawk.
Hey, friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City a lovely place to live. It is a beautiful early-ish fall day here in Johnson City. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Timothy Birchfield. He is an entrepreneur in our area. He runs probably the busiest Chick-fil-A I've ever seen. They had to shut it down for a while. It was so busy and rebuild it so they could get more people in there. And so I'm just excited to talk to you this morning, Tim. Thanks for coming in and being on the podcast.
Yeah, Colin, thanks for inviting me.
How long have you lived in Johnson City or the Johnson City area? I know you live outside the city limits.
I moved here in January of 1975.
1975?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I was born in 73, so you've been here a while.
I've been here a while. As soon as I graduated from University of Tennessee, I moved up here.
Okay. What did you get your degree in at UT?
My degree's in marketing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I got a horticulture degree from UT, and I've got a son there now working on some kind of degree. We'll figure out what it is. He just got going.
Everybody had to go somewhere.
Everybody had to go somewhere.
I went there because it was the closest school to my house.
Ah.
I would have much rather gone to ETSU.
Okay.
Which is where my wife went.
Ah, nice. Tell me about your wife.
Well, been married 41 years.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, Molly, and she came up here in 1974 to play tennis at the ATSU. She was on the tennis team with Pete Zanis. And a longtime resident here. And so we've lived here most of our lives, lived in Atlanta for a few years, but been here ever since.
And you've got a few kids with Miss Molly, right?
Got 4 kids. 3 of them live here. One lives in Nashville or in Franklin.
Okay.
And so it's a son. My oldest is son, 3 daughters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you being here since 75 are probably almost a foremost authority on the area by now, right? You've been here. You've seen a lot happen. You've watched it develop.
Well, I mean, I can tell I was country before country was cool. I can tell you that.
I like it.
It was a lot. It was a lot less expensive to get here then than it is now. So,
however, the cost, of living and scale and all that, it's still, probably you're right. It's not. We weren't metropolitan back in 75. It was a little cheaper. It's starting to get a lot more expensive to live here. We got a lot of people visiting for sure. You probably see a ton of different license plates run through your establishment every day.
Yeah, it's we're considered an interstate store, so that's one of the reasons we were in a pretty big hurry to get back to a normal operating, because we knew people traveling, they'd need to get out and stretch. They'd need to walk around a little bit. They'd need to use a restroom. Then they'd want to get back in the car and continue on. And so that was in April, we made a decision to get back open and just kind of defy the odds and the things and get back to what a normal business should look like.
Yeah. So I jumped ahead a little bit for our listeners. You run a Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. How long have you been doing that?
39 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
how did you? Okay, so there wasn't a Chick-fil-A in our area at that point, right?
There was one in the mall.
In the mall, yeah.
Just celebrated 50th anniversary.
Okay.
So we were there. It opened in 1980 in the what would be called the new addition to the mall in 1980s when we came in.
Okay.
Not me as the owner, but there was another
Chick-fil-A.
owner.
Right. And then so you went there. You're like, this is a good chicken sandwich.
No.
How'd you get the scratch?
I was living in Atlanta at the time. I was working for a Belgian family that owns Food Line. family by the name of the Delhayes family.
Huh.
And they were socialists, probably some of the most dishonorable people I'd ever run into. But I didn't know that until I got there and began
Okay.
work for them. And so my conversation with some of my friends in Atlanta was, do you know an honorable place that I might look for a job?
Mm.
And one of them suggested Chick-fil-A. And I said, I'm working for a big corporation. I said, I can't see myself working for a little sleepy fried chicken company. And, but I did need to polish up my interviewing skills.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, heck, I'll go down there and
Interview.
get gamed up. So I'll be ready when the big interview comes. I'll be ready to have my skills up with interviewing, and I'll be ready for the big interview. And so I went down there, and it was, spoke to the founder of our company, and because I had buying experience, I was a buyer for this grocery company.
Oh, gotcha.
And they were looking for a buyer. They wanted me to become their buyer, and so we spent the next 6 weeks talking about what I might do with them. And what attracted me to them was not Chick-fil-A. I'd never eaten Chick-fil-A. What attracted me to them was it was honorable people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then they found out that I had lived in Johnson City